Unit conversions, first worksheet. There'll be many times in physics, especially in science going forward, and definitely in physics, where you need to convert between either metric and English or just from English to English. Eventually, we use SI units, which is meters, seconds, and kilograms. Now, the difference metric is part of SI. In case you didn't know, SI, Système d'International de Unité, is French. And they actually have a metal bar sitting in a temperature-controlled room that's exactly 1 meter, even though they don't need it anymore. They've figured out how long it is with lasers and things like that. But metric is part of SI. The SI, Standard International uh, units, includes seconds and things like that, so it's a little more comprehensive. So working with metric units, we'll just work with length right now. Here's three you'll see often. Now you don't say 1 mm, you say 1 millimeter. And again, you don't say 1 cm, you say 1 centimeter. And 1 km is 1 kilometer. Kilometer is like a mile. It's not nearly the same length, but it's for larger distances. Say two cities are 500 kilometers apart. Centimeter is for smaller things like it's similar to an inch and things that would be measured. So length of a banana, I don't know, things like that. And millimeters are tiny, small. Things like length of hair going a day. It gives you a rough idea of what we're dealing with here. So we convert them all to meters, and milli means 1/1000th. So there are 1,000 millimeters in a meter. Centa means 1/100th. So there's 100 centimeters in a meter. Kilo goes the other way. 1 kilometer means that there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So that in a meter there would be 0.121 kilometers. Takes some getting used to, but it's nice working with the metric because the numbers are so clean and quick. Here's some of the conversions you will get. You do not need to memorize them. They'll always be given to you. And this is if we're going between English and metric, also known as SI. So some problems already done for you here. I'm going to erase them all and do them from scratch. So converting across metric is easy. You can just blast through it, but I'm going to do the standard technique to try and make it a little bit easier for everybody. How many centimeters are in 12 meters? So I'm given 12 meters. I want centimeters. So I happen to know off the top of my head. You can always look it up on Google. Just type in the Google centimeters to meters, and it'll pop out very quickly for you that 1 meter has 100 centimeters. And I know I did it right because one's on top, one's on the bottom, and they cancel. And I get 1,200 centimeters. Is that quick? That's simple. A lot of people, oh, I don't get it. It's really not much to get here. Just make sure that the ones you're canceling are one on bottom, one on top. Multiply across the top. I actually did divide here. You didn't notice it because I divided by 1. So it didn't really show up. And again, I'll erase this. Do it from scratch. How many kilometers in 525 meters? 525 meters. Want to know how many kilometers that is. So that's my setup. Now I find my conversion. I look it up, and it turns out there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Kilo, 1,000. So now I go 525 times 1 divided by 1,000. Gives me 0.525 kilometers. How many millimeters are in 0.55 meters? Set it up same way. Want to know millimeters? And given meters. I know there are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Let's figure out how to draw this, write this. The meter goes on the bottom so I can cancel. And the 1,000 millimeters goes on top. So I get 550 millimeters. Now life gets a lot trickier. We go directly to English units, which is quite a bit more challenging. So set up your T. Given 124 miles, abbreviating with miles. Want to know kilometers? Turns out the conversion for kilometers is 1 mile equals 1.609 kilometers. I know I did it right because it'll cancel. And some people might have found a different conversion. That's fine. It'll probably just end up being on the bottom. Follow the math. You will get the same answer. So pull out your calculator because I don't see too many people doing this in their heads. $124 times 1.609, 199.5. And we really should round that to 200 because there's 3 significant figures here. You do not need to worry about significant figures. I'll say that again. You do not, at this time, need to worry about significant figures. But working in the science department, they'll take away my science card if I don't do it right. Nobody wants that. So, how many inches are in 98 centimeters? 98 centimeters, inches, happen to know 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. Centimeters must go on the bottom, so they'll cancel. Inches is what I want on the top, so 98 times 1 divided by 2.54. 38.6 inches. And again, I should round properly. It should be 39 inches. Because we only have 2 significant figures here. And apparently, Doc Smith is taunting me, knowing that I'm a Notre Dame grad and watched my heart ripped out last year. But it's a good problem. She's given us 2 conversions to do. Because she's given us feet to meters. So we need to do yards first. I happen to know that 1 yard equals 3 feet. So I want to put yards into feet. 16 yards. 1 yard, and you can cancel a yard and yards, even though one has an S and one doesn't. 3 feet, 48 feet. Now we do it all over again, because we got to go to meters. We want it in meters, and I'm giving it in feet. Happen to know that 1 meter equals 3.28 feet. So 3.28 feet, 1 meter. Blast it through the calculator. 14.6, which I really should write as 15 meters. Notice that 16 yards equals 15 meters. Their conversion is very close, and a lot of people use that for meters. A 100-yard football field is roughly the same as a 100-meter football field. So it works. Now this is all practice for you from here on out. I'm not going to do too many of these problems, because when you're done, you should just roll all the way down to the end and say, oh, look, there's the answers. So try them first, and then check your answers. If you have questions, you're more than welcome to talk to Mr. T or Doc Smith. I will do a couple. I'm not going to talk through them. I'm just going to do them very quickly. Last one I'm going to try. That's it. Good luck.